Hello, welcome to another PG rated of How Does It Hold Up. Today I'm joined with Patrick Ramsahoy from Out of the Basement as well, and today we watched The Rocketeer. Sorry, I should actually have prepared for this. We're watching The Rocketeer.
To some, it was the fulfillment of a dream. To others, it was an instrument of destruction. A creation that could change the course of history.
It was stolen from my factory.
Where's the package?
This is the FBI!
What do we tell the president?
Tell me exactly why this merchandise is so important to the feds.
It's a rocket.
A rocket?
What? What's the matter?
I don't know, something under the seat.
Oh my, what are we doing here?
What are you supposed to do? Is it a bomb or something?
No. I wouldn't touch that if I were you.
How do I look? Like a hood ornament. Stand clear. What was that?
A flying man!
So Patrick, we saw this way back when it first came out.
Yep.
Back in 1990.
Yep.
And we liked it. It was...
Oh yeah, it was a fun.
It was a fun one. It's sort of like the serial things from the 1930s, Flash Gordon, Errol Flynn, Captain America sort of idea.
Oh yeah, it definitely holds the flavor.
Yeah.
Sunshine, a steady supply of suckers, and loads of lovely, lonely, loaded ladies.
Yeah. I'll be home soon, honey.
And now, unfortunately, it did okay, but didn't do great.
No. Well, there were other big blockbusters happening at the same time that caught more attention.
Yeah. Now, after watching it, it's been a long time since I've seen this one. You watched it a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So does it still hold up for you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just love this film. I think it's definitely in my top 10.
Yeah. And some actors that made it bigger after this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, guy from Lost is there.
Yeah, Terry O'Quinn.
And Mr. Mike, from Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's been in a lot of bit actors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie. I mean, they didn't have CGI at the time, so they used...
Well, they did.
They did.
This is after Tron, and Disney did Tron as well.
That's right, Disney did this one as well. But it's more practical effects with blue screen.
It was still the age of practical effects on blue screen.
And overall, the effects mostly hold up.
Yeah, yeah. There are a few blue screen effects that are looking really cheesy, but...
Overall, yeah. I mean, they're obviously dated and stuff, but overall, yes, they hold up. The story is still good. It's the the standard fare from back then, right? It's definitely the serial feel of like, okay, there's the bad guy we gotta stop. The girls are the girls, and the guys are they're the best they can be.
And it is kind of interesting. Even though Jenny is the damsel in distress, she's not that much in distress.
No, she does.
She has her own agency.
She
do
does
her own thing.
She does fair amount. She actually finds out the information that's important.
Yeah.
So we might have some spoilers here and there, but again, it's when it's over a 30-year-old movie, we don't feel quite as bad as dropping some spoilers. So, but we still recommend it.
Oh, absolutely.
The part that was interesting was like near the end because there's a mafia guy who's working with Timothy Dalton's character to get the rocket. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, the mafia guy doesn't want to work with Timothy Dalton because it turns out he's a Nazi spy.
Yeah.
And I remember when it came out at the time as well, it's like, oh, the mafia and working with the FBI. I was like, but that's actually truthful.
Yeah.
The FBI and government did pay the mafia to make sure the ports and the docks stayed open during World War II, so they wouldn't have any problems.
Right.
So there's a little bit of basis of truth in there for that.
Well, I think the historical references in the movie are all really good and fairly accurate.
The only one I had my issue was the scene where they're watching where Germany's planning to attack America.
Yeah.
That one's a little over the top because at the time they did have Germany didn't have any plans to attack England. Or sorry, not England.
Well, even
America.
England.
Yeah, in England they didn't attack, yeah. America wasn't on the plan. They're hoping that they stayed neutral and out of the war on purpose.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So, but again, that was also done, like the serials they had in the 40s and 30s and 40s, where, yes, Captain America. And, I can't remember, well, Flash Gordon, but not Captain America and a few other ones, where the Nazis were the bad guys, as well as definitely racial stereotyped Asians that were definitely not the best portrayal.
Yes.
But they were done on purpose for propaganda reasons.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of that feeling of it from those days.
Oh, yeah.
And I can see where they were influenced for, Star Wars has all got the influence as well, but this movie shows it as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it did follow the Indiana Jones trilogy and so on. So
Yeah,
there was that interest in that time period as well.
And I didn't realize this, but you told me that it was directed by
Joe Johnston, who also did Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, which is still one of the better ones out there. I
Yeah.
like.
Well, the Captain America trilogy is probably the best trilogy in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, unfortunately, because we won't get a Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy.
Well, they're still doing number 3.
They're number 3. So, what are the weak points for this movie that you would say? But obviously, again, we can't say the blue screen because that's just a dated scene. So, just overall, some weak scenes for you.
Well, weak for me was how Neville Sinclair, Timothy Dalton's character, is very British through the movie until it's exposed that he's a Nazi and he's on the airship and all of a sudden he's got a German accent.
Is it something I said? Oh, Jenny, I know that look all too well.
Hand over the rocket or I'll blow her brains.
All over the cabin.
Everything he says.
Yes. Yeah, because it's like, well, he was acting the entire time.
Well, even so.
Yeah,
he
so
can still keep on acting.
It was a little over the top German accent too.
Yeah.
One thing I did liked is the fact that they didn't have subtitles for when they were talking German.
No, because you didn't need it. You knew what they were saying.
Exactly. You don't. Sometimes the subtitles are helpful for the story, but other times they're not needed.
Yeah.
The expressions and the way that their voice goes sort of gives you an idea what's going on.
Yep.
It wasn't important to know what they're actually saying.
No, you just needed to know the emotion or the intent of the moment.
Yeah. Now again, because it is meant to be like the serial type thing, so there is a little bit over top with the action of the gunfights and stuff like that, where people can walk away, and him hitting the lake at pretty much full tilt.
And just going, wow, I love that.
Yeah, exactly. Like a little bit of dirt in his mouth was like, okay.
I like it.
But again, that's a flavor, like you said, with Indiana Jones and that, where it's over the top.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to enjoy this camp.
Yes. Yeah.
Some of the stuff is a little dated, for not too much though, but
no, because it is taking place in the past, everything that's dated is appropriately dated.
That's it. Yeah, it's like it's set in 1938.
Yes,
38. So, and Howard Hughes is here as well. And
well, he develops the rocket pack.
And a great job in this one.
Oh yeah.
And I'm actually glad they have not remade it. Because I think if they remade it, they'd try to go a little bit more gritty and thing, or...
Yeah. I mean, compared to today's action movies, I mean, there's a world of difference. This one has... I mean, when the action happens, it's not lots of... getting into it kind of action. Like in the South Seas Club. Most of it is just Clifford Secord, the Rocketeer, flying around trying to evade them while they're trying to catch him.
Yeah.
And he hits a couple of people, but
not
that's it. And gets shot at a few times, but that's it.
And again, like I said, because for me, it's doing those 1930s, 1940s serials where there's not that much action. There was some action.
Yeah.
But
you don't have to wait very long to get to another action scene.
But it's not yet right over the. I wouldn't say over the top. It's not. It's not important to the story. Like it's there, and you see a little of it, but it's not the focus.
Right.
And
another thing I noticed about it that is not really used nowadays is that there's a lot of implied action. So there's action that happens off the screen that still keeps the tension going.
Yes, and since it's Disney and obviously was PG rated,
I think it was.
you don't see very much blood or other than either. But again, you don't need to do that for some actions.
No.
You know? And yeah, because it's based in the 30s from the 90s. We're watching it now to 2019. But yeah, like I said, in Jenny's character, although she's set up to be sort of the damsel in distress from the way they're doing things, no, she actually is able to do a lot of stuff. She figures things out. But of course, it's also the fun one of people get knocked out by just a simple vase over their head. which is sort of a little interesting to go, oh, that's right, those are back in the days when it's sort of the action just hits them over the head and they're unconscious.
Yeah.
But again, that does go back to the type of movie they were going for.
Yeah, the type of movie they were trying to imitate as well.
But like I said, I'm glad they haven't, they may have cursed it, done a remake. I think it holds up.
It does hold up. Honestly, I wouldn't mind a remake if it was done well.
Still the same tone, the same...
Yeah. I mean, even in the flavor of Captain America: The First Avenger, right?
And then we were talking, the main hero, Bill
Campbell.
Bill Campbell, right? He actually has that look of sort of that the stereotype, strong jawed sort of thing.
Well, now he has a very grizzled appearance.
Oh, of course, yes. But back then, when I was watching, part of me also thought I could see him doing the first Mummy instead of Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, well, they have a very similar look.
They had a similar sort of look, and although he was brunette in the movie, but that's easy enough to fix for Captain America. Doesn't have the chiseled physique that Chris Evans ended up having. No. But yeah. So, any last thoughts or comments of the movie?
Well, I mean, it still is one of my favorites. It still holds up really well. I like the history in it, just the portrayal of history. I like the way they portray. I mean, you feel the movies of the time. I mean, if you were to watch a movie from the 1940s, 1930s, that's about the same time period. I mean, the only difference is this one's color.
Yeah, but yeah, right. It does have that feel. You would believe if you've watched a movie from the 1940s and this one, they're pretty much very similar. That sort of feel for it and everything. And the soundtrack, the score is very well done.
Oh yeah, I can't hear it without immediately just getting little chills.
Yes.
Just from remembering the fun of the movie.
And so yeah, well, thank you very much for coming in and bringing the movie for me. And thank you everyone for watching. There'll be more of these to come.